let's say you had a gumball machine, and in the gumball machine were red, white, blue, and yellow gumballs, okay? And I asked you, how many yellow gumballs are in this gumball machine? And let's say you said 32. And come to find out, there is exactly 32 gumballs in that gumball machine. You could not be said to have had knowledge of that. You could be correct. You were correct that there was 32 yellow gumballs in that machine. But you didn't have a justification for that. You just got lucky. Okay? You were correct, but because your answer was not justified, it was not knowledge. It was not a justified true belief. You believed it was 32. It was true that it was 32, but it wasn't justified. So how would we go about determining whether or not your belief was justified? Or say in a future request. So now how many red gumballs are in that machine? Well, in order for your answer to be justified, you could then test it. You could take the gumballs out and start counting them. And then you said, okay, there's 16 red gumballs in this machine, and your answer would be knowledge because it would be true and it would be justified. So that when we get back on soil tests, when they use these tests, the response or the recommendation or the interpretation could be correct. But the reason it's not knowledge and the reason it's not a valid test is because it's not a justified true belief. The justification comes from evidence. You have to have some way to count the gumballs, for example. You have to have some way to actually correlate the values on this test to a turf response. That's the difference that's why I'm saying one is valid, the RX soil analysis kit, because we've gone out and we've tested it. Whereas this one has not been tested. So anything that might actually be true could be completely coincidental, or it could be true, but we have to justify that belief. And because of that, we have to do a test. Only then can it be knowledge, and only then would I consider it an evidence-based soil test kit. Okay? So that's the reason I don't care whether it's a R squared of 1.0 or not. It could be exactly correlated, 1-to-1, exactly, right across the board. And I still wouldn't use it because you might have just accidentally guessed 32 yellow gumballs in the gumball machine.